Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. We have
what are we called?
The Pineapple Podcast. Oh,
Go away.
I'm sorry. It's like 8:30 in the morning. I'm still tired.
Yeah. We rolled up early to make this for y'all, so.
Well, I got here much earlier.
That's true.
Wait, who's that third voice?
It's the new guest star, Luke Robinson.
Of Luke Robinson Photography?
Yes, Luke Robinson Photography. So if any of you need any photos done, please let me know.
He's sponsoring this podcast.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
But yeah, so we didn't get a podcast stuff last weekend because we were in where were we?
Blue Haven,
Where's that?
New Mexico.
What were we doing there?
Roasting
We
pizza
were
rolls.
we were there for a retreat, and we were just there with our college group, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so that was always good, but we did bring the stuff to record a podcast, but we're like, nah, we're only here for the weekend, so let's not waste time making a podcast. I mean,
We can
It
waste
came
as
out wrong.
much time as we want, probably.
now we can because we're not in the mountains for a limited time.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to prioritize the time you have there. And
I mean, it
apparently
was
this is just like a fun thing for us. It's not
Yeah.
like we're doing it for a business or anything. So
not yet.
maybe one day.
The movie deals will be coming soon.
The movie deals.
We're gonna get put on the DC service
Nah.
for their original
no,
content.
I don't think that'll be it.
That'd be funny though.
It would be funny.
But
Because of Batman.
yeah, Blue Haven was good. You know, a place is good if I wake up at 5:50 in the morning to go climb a mountain to watch a sunrise.
Hey, that was lit.
That was beautiful. Even though I really wasn't there with y'all at the time, but I did see the sunrise
You did see the
up in the
sunrise.
mountains.
Oh yeah, you were up because you were already up when we got back. You were taking pictures of
Yeah.
nature and stuff. So
It was really nice. I really enjoyed it, and it just was a good time to enjoy God's beauty and His magnificence. So I really enjoyed getting to see that sunrise, and it was really nice. And my eyes didn't burn, so that was always good to know.
Oh yeah, we were up there watching the sunrise, and it was you, right?
Me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Zach here. He looks at the sun, and what'd you say? I don't want to misquote you.
I don't even remember.
He said something along the okay, so we're like watching for the sunrise, and he looks right at the sun without his sunglasses on. He's like, "Ah man, the sun is bright," and we all just look at him like, "Zach, you've made an amazing discovery." We're giving him a hard time about that. But
Oh man.
it was pretty funny. Like, the sun's so bright.
You know, it sounds like Zach is becoming a real scientist.
Yeah, man.
So.
Maybe all these
Basically.
tech classes are starting to pay off. you now have a purpose.
Tell people the sun's bright. Yep.
All right. So, first
Honor.
up, for the Bible portion, it literally says Blue Haven stuff.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to talk about stuff we learned about? How many times can I say about in a sentence?
A lot of times.
About 15 times.
Seems legit. So, what did you guys really like get out of Blue Haven? What were just the key points that you seem to remember specifically?
When you go to Northern Ireland, don't khaki your trousers.
Don't have your don't have no pants during a traffic violation.
Yeah. I wouldn't know anything about getting pulled over on the side of the road, though.
Oh, damn.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Just to clear this out of the air, before we get into the deep Bible stuff on the way back, then if you hear us cracking jokes, it's because one of the people in our car driving back got pulled over for speeding in
Guess who?
New Mexico. So that was like not the best way to end the weekend, but
No, was not.
so we also give him a hard time about that. Basically, we just give him a hard time just in general. So
Yep, basically about everything.
all right, back on track though.
Well, I think for me, like during Blue Haven, it just was nice to hear about. We were learning about forgiveness and confession and encouragement. And I think all those things were definitely relevant for all of us as our age, just college students who are working hard and trying to make our lives a little better with improving ourselves. So having to be reminded and being able to know that forgiveness is important and confession is also important, and knowing that encouragement also goes a long way with that,
Yeah.
because a lot of youth like our age, we're so stressed out and we're so concerned with how people think of us and how people should work a certain way and not care about anyone else but themselves, and I'm not there, and sometimes we feel like the world is against us, and I've had several times where people have told me one thing and I'm thinking, am I really am I gonna make it through, or am I gonna be great at what I'm doing, because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it because I'm discouraged. So having those lessons and really listening to God about that kind of thing was really encouraging to me, knowing that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. One of the things that I always benefit from going to retreats and stuff like that is, like, after each lesson session, when we get a lot of information and it's fresh in our minds and stuff, then we don't just like go on to the next activity or whatever. We have dedicated discussion groups so that there's 7-8 people or so, smaller groups, and we're able to really take what we just learned and kind of put it in perspective of our lives, but also be able to share it with other people and to hear their sides, because you'll in those discussion groups hear sides of it that you never really thought of before, but then there's also people who are on the same side as you, same viewpoint, and it's always good to talk through those. And then also, after going through something like that, then you're kind of on the same page with like a lot more people, and so now that also kind of makes it easier talking about, like we talked about, the confession a lot, and whatever we talked about, it's not like we come back home and it's, just us again knowing that stuff. You have a lot more people that just learned what you learned, and so now y'all are kind of on the same page, and it's just easier to advance the conversations and patterns of life coming back.
Completely agree with everything that they just said. Small groups were really good, like Jeremy said, to put things into perspective with other people's lives and really learning on how they are taking all of the lessons that they just learned and how they're going to think about applying them to their lives. But one of my favorite things that he was talking about is confession. I wrote down the verse, James 5:16. Therefore, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed.
I definitely agree with that for sure, because it's hard in our culture to confess a lot of things nowadays, just because some people may get hurt for saying something that maybe they shouldn't have said before, and it's an issue, but nothing that we can't at least learn to handle and everything.
Another thing we talked about there was rest was one of them. Most of the kids, they're college age, some are a little older, so they're either in school and working, or going through AIM, SIBI, college, working, whatever it is. They're trying to still figure out their lives and what they're gonna make of it after this time, and so there's a lot of busyness and stress and a lot of activities that you have to do and some that you feel like you need to do. And he kind of took the point of view of rest from somewhere I hadn't really thought of too much before. Because normally we think you've had a long, rough day, you got a lot accomplished, or maybe you didn't get a lot accomplished. Either way, you think, okay, I'm going to go home and rest now. But what does that rest normally look like? It looks like watching Netflix, playing video games, hanging out with people, messing around, doing things like that in the end just tire you out more. But what do y'all say the most efficient way to rest is throughout the day, so you don't get burned out, or throughout the week?
For me, it's like taking dedicated time to read the word, to meditate on it, and to pray on it.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Every day.
100%.
Just take time to be in the presence of God. That's like, we're talking about like physical rest, but we need spiritual rest.
Yeah.
That's like the big thing here is we get so tired doing all this other stuff, and we feel like we don't have time to not just rest ourselves physically but spiritually as well.
Yeah.
My favorite like quote from the weekend was, rest is not an excuse for laziness. It's essential to be able to serve the kingdom of heaven. How can we have a close relationship with God when we only talk to him maybe once a day?
Yeah, exactly
How can we
right.
serve him when we don't rest?
Now, who was the speaker again? Like, it was Billy
Billy.
McQuiggan?
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Amazing speaker.
Oh, yeah. And if you want to hear a Ireland man talk, yeah, he's fantastic. So, but he does give great lessons, and I really enjoyed it a lot. But I do agree with Zach 100%. So,
Yeah. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what it was.
Anything else you guys want to mention on Blue Haven?
I guess real quick, one more thing about the rest, before it escapes my mind again. But, and also, you know, taking, like Zach was saying, the dedicated time to go out and do these things, it's not going to be easy for a while because a lot of us aren't used to it. So you're going to have to kind of like prioritize and maybe rework your schedule, maybe drop something. Because we've seen the Bible in I think it's in the Gospels where Jesus gets up really early one morning to go pray. You know, before anyone else is out starting the day, Jesus got up to pray and to be with his Father. And then we were looking at the passage last weekend, whenever he goes up, while they go across the lake on a boat, then he walks around it just so he could have that alone time and pray with his Father. So it's important to make it a priority that you have to purposefully do it on your own, whatever that looks like, getting up early or dropping an activity as hard as that might be. Recharging spiritually is going to be a lot better for you in the long run. So
Yeah, completely agree with that.
definitely.
One thing that when I heard of the first time didn't make sense, but then when you think about it, it
dude,
actually does make
I
sense.
know what you're going to say.
What?
The
more-
prayer.
The more things you need to get done during
I'll
the
say
day is
something
the more time you need to spend praying about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So you think it's actually going to take more time to get everything done because you're praying about it and spending time actually doing it, but the more stuff you actually need to do, the more you actually need to pray about it.
yeah. I mean, we'll probably talk about more things that we learned in the next several podcasts because it's important to us. So you'll hear it, I'm sure. But we got covered a good amount right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're ready to move on to the next
Dude,
topic.
These topic transitions are rough. This is technically like what, our third podcast, like recording?
Yeah.
Which is still awesome, by the
Yeah,
way.
well,
So,
thanks. It's like a YouTube video where you can just throw in a cringy meme for a transition, and like everyone's laughing at the cringy meme, so you like don't notice the transition.
Basically.
All right, so next up on the list is the thing that we know most about:
Food?
food.
Food.
Yeah, that's right.
So today we're talking about fair food, because apparently I was the only one in the three of us that went to the fair to eat this year. But even that was tricky because I was still recovering from my mouth, and so I couldn't have my foot-long corn dog. But I had some really, really good fried cheese that was
Hey.
very, very, very good.
Did your stomach survive?
Yeah, all I had for lunch was like a giant thing of fried cheese.
Dang.
It was so good.
Huh.
So you've been to the fair before, Luke?
Once or
Years
twice,
past?
maybe. I mean, it's been a long while for me to, because
Yeah.
I haven't really been to
I
a
was
lot of
gonna say,
fairs.
yeah.
I think the real big fair I've been to, let's see, it was Joyland. And Joyland was a lot of fun, and used to enjoy that really colorful spinning ride all the time.
Oh, the music
Yeah, the
one?
music
Yeah.
deal. I would
Yeah,
go
that
on
one's
that
my
like
favorite.
crazy, and now these days I don't think I could do it just because of all the colors and
Yeah.
spinning, and
That one was a lot of fun.
it was a lot of fun. But when it's funny because when you get older, you start to think, can I actually survive this without? Can I actually survive this without getting sick and not throwing up at any moment right now?
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me these days to do something like that. But my opinion on fair food, though, I liked it in a way, but now like homemade food has always ruined me for other food just because it's so good. And,
Oh, yeah.
like I don't know. It's just fair food is good as long as it's like a big pretzel or corn dog or
I love soft pretzels.
oh, soft pretzels are amazing.
They're
I
so
love
good.
those. They're my favorite fair food to go to and get. I mean,
It's really good.
all that salt and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it may be bad for you, but I mean,
But
at least you die happy.
You're walking around, though. You're burning calories walking around. So.
This is true. And the roller coaster probably helps too, just burning calories with your.
I mean, maybe
In
burning
some
calories
way.
from screaming.
Yes. So that works out.
You been to the South Plains Fair, Zach?
Yep, several times before. Not
Oh, yeah, I used to go on field trips
Recently?
with Grace, I guess.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
we've been there before. Favorite fair food has to be the fried turkey leg.
Mm.
Dude, fried turkey legs. are
Fried
good.
That
turkey
sounds
legs
really
are
good.
amazing. Those are so good at the fair.
Wow.
Second favorite has to be the corn dog. Those,
Yeah.
Corn dog, always good.
They
those
got
are
like
really good.
the foot-long corn dogs.
Yeah, those are amazing.
How do you eat a foot-long corn dog? I mean,
Well,
the same
it's
way
like-
you eat a foot long sub.
all over your face.
Yes.
Now the corn dogs aren't that messy.
They're
It's
pretty
like, because we used to go to the Church on the Rock booth to get them. It's like 2 hot dogs on a stick and they just fry them.
Huh.
So,
I've never had a foot-long one. That's very interesting.
and they like get a paintbrush and dip it. They dip the paintbrush in a like thing of
The batter?
mustard.
Oh, the mustard.
And so they like paint on mustard. Yeah.
Wow.
It's good.
All right.
Another thing like though about the fair is they've got a lot of good lemonade.
That's true.
You
the
can
lemonade.
They have like strawberry lemon. Oh, there's a lot of bees there too,
Yeah.
cause like around like the bright yellow signs and stuff. But
Mm.
they get like we always get like strawberry lemonade and regular lemonade and like split them or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But they some really good lemonade because they make them like right there. Like it's like they're making like a cocktail. They're like shaking it up and stuff, like each individual one, but it's lemonade.
Yep.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
no fried butter.
Did you have fun overall?
Yeah, when we just went there for lunch, I was still kind of like worn out by the end of it because that was like the first real thing I'd eaten. If you consider a 6-inch fried cheese
That sounds so
a real
good
thing.
right now.
It was really good, man.
You're making me hungry. I haven't even had breakfast yet.
Same.
Me
I brought
either.
an orange.
I brought water, so
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I didn't bring anything.
Yep. How long have we been recording?
About 18 minutes now,
Oh,
It's not
So-
bad.
about a third of the way done.
basically.
Okay.
How are we gonna? How many topics do we have left? So,
Next topic.
Apple trouble / new tech.
Hey, you guys know we're tech nerds, and
Well, I'm not, so I'm gonna stay out of it as much as I can, but I will give my opinion when I
There
feel
you
like
go.
it.
but you appreciate technology.
I do appreciate technology. I mean, I have an
'Cause you use
iPhone,
it.
and yeah, I mean,
You have
I
any
enjoy it.
smart appliances or anything?
Let's see. In my house, I have an Echo.
Okay.
So
Hey, there you go.
I mean, that's a pretty interesting technology to have.
Right.
So,
Hey, I love my Google Mini. Google
Yeah.
Home Mini. That thing's pretty useful.
Yeah.
But
They can read you stories and tell you knock knock jokes and pickup lines. That's what I use mine for.
I use mine to remind me Like the days that I need to take my lab coat to school for lab and tell me the weather when it's gonna rain.
No, I walk in there and Nathan's like, "Okay, Google, tell me a funny pickup line." And they're like all like these G-rated pickup lines. It's so funny.
Oh man.
Seems legit.
Pretty much.
But actual new tech stuff. So the Wear OS for all of us that have Android smartwatches got a new update recently, except for the Moto 360.
Aw.
Yeah, the one that people seem to have the most of.
I was gonna say I was looking into that one.
Yeah, like people.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Yeah, of all the
I'm
smartwatches,
not
this
gonna
seems
buy
to be
it
the most
now.
popular. But all of them except that one seem to get this update. So a new software update. It syncs with the new Google Fit that they just kind of redid. Google Fit now has like move points and heart points and stuff, which is they took like the National Health Organization or something. They're like, hey, what's like the average move point someone needs to be able to be healthy, and like the average like exercise requirements. So they put those into Google Fit, and now it's like really intuitive, and there's just like a graph, and you just try to fill the graph up for the day. So, but having that sync with your smartwatch is super helpful, since like sometimes you might not have your phone on you, or maybe you're like doing something that you don't want to hold your phone while doing, like if you're playing soccer and you don't want to hold your phone while you're running around playing soccer.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? Use it as a weapon.
Nah. So it's super helpful for that. They got rid of like the standard health and fitness tracker that was originally on my smartwatch. So that's kind of helpful too, since it didn't really sync with Google Fit. And that seems to be like the standard nowadays.
So the Google Fit, is it a... I'm not actually very familiar with this. So is it like a watch?
Okay, so
Or is it an app?
the Google Fit's like an app, and let me show you. So
Hey,
it's
your,
like take
it's
10,000
your
steps
your
a day.
senior picture.
Yep. And you have like a journal, and it keeps track of like all of your activities.
So it tracks it from your watch or
now
your phone?
It used to only track it from my phone, but
No.
now since my watch got the update, it'll track it from my phone also.
So it doesn't
says-
matter what smartwatch you have? Like if it's an Android smartwatch, you'll be able to use this Google app?
Yeah, it should hook up to it as long as your watch got the update, which most watches did.
Except for the Moto 360.
Except, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Except for that one. Except for the one that most people have.
Except for the one that's relevant to most of them. Oh, hey, I walked away. You probably can't hear me.
You should probably come back.
Charging my...
Jeremy is charging his phone.
my mobile device.
Your mobile device.
Oh, that's interesting.
Apparently I turned British.
Well, at least you're not Irish.
Hey, man. I want to go there now.
Seems like a good place to go.
It is.
And by good, I mean, well,
Like a week.
not, yeah, just like a week. Just like kind of for like a vacation,
A vacation.
basically.
Mm.
So, next thing that I want to talk about, the Pixel 3 is going on pre-order on October 9th. This is confirmed. It's not a leak or anything.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they shot Toy Story 4 with this phone camera.
For real though. The Pixel cameras have always been amazing. Like mine takes really good pictures, and I have the original Pixel. They have the Pixel 2 that's
like
out
2 years
already.
ago.
Yeah. And so the Pixel 3, like hopefully there's going to be a big change to the camera, since there was a significant
We don't need
change.
5 cameras.
Nah. There was a significant change between the original Pixel and the Pixel 2 camera, but it wasn't like huge. So hopefully this one steps it up even
Yeah.
more.
There's this one phone, Luke, that came out a week or 2 ago and has 5 cameras on it.
Really? 5 cameras?
Yeah.
That sounds like a photographer's dream or something, but...
Well, because like the dual cameras have been common this year.
Yeah.
Where there's like 2 cameras and they both match up. But 5 cameras, I haven't been able to watch any reviews on it yet or anything. I've just been reading the articles and stuff. But like, what are they trying to do with 5 cameras?
I don't even know.
I don't know. I mean...
Like, how good is each camera?
I don't know. I mean, it must be like a different set, like really close up or far away or whatever. I don't know.
That's an idea.
I mean, that's just me as a photographer who knows my lenses pretty well in
Yeah.
some ways. And I mean, if you're having 5 cameras on your one phone, that's like what are you
all
gonna
of your
do?
lenses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's having all your lenses. It's
Like nighttime lens,
yeah, and
super bright lens, slow motion lens. I don't know.
and you know what? That actually sounds more like a dreamer who loves Instagram or maybe even Snapchat. You know, the different camera lenses. Like, oh, I can take a picture at nighttime, or oh, I gotta take a picture of this with this camera lens. And
I
I'm
don't
like,
even know, man.
I don't know. I
Or if
mean,
they all work together to make one, or like, I don't know.
it's gotta be some kind of. I don't even know what the words are, honestly, but
I
that's
don't know.
pretty interesting, and I hope it works well. But
Yeah.
man, that's gonna be kind of hard to, focus if you're gonna be taking a picture sometimes.
Yeah. So
Hey, hopefully they have actual optical zoom, not just digital zoom.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 Dang it, that always happens. I had something somewhat interesting to say, and I got lost listening in, and I forgot what I was going to say.
Because Jeremy is just so intrigued by what we talk
Basically.
about.
Were you gonna say that we're at our mark for our first podcast for the week?
That's what I was going to say after I said the thing.
Oh,
Zach,
Oh,
you
well.
gave it away.